will create a reasonable doubt. Men will deny everything and never relent. Men will never confess, no matter how strong the evidence. Men will quickly turn the tables and make you feel like they are the victim. Is this true, chat? Say it ain't so. Okay, my eye is like really starting to get hot. Jacob said throwing that? What do you mean? You're a queen for that, and I just don't go throwing that around, you know? Thanks, Jacob. I think I missed like prior comments, but maybe I can find them. Let's see. No, that was it? Okay. Hi, Joshua. If you're still here, hi. Thanks, Richard. James, you're here. Thank you for the I heart you. Why nightmares? Because the book itself is called What Men Don't Want Women to Know. And they talk about some very interesting topics, as you can assume, just by the title. And so, yeah, it is giving me nightmares. Because I don't believe that all men would be this way. It seems like, it appears like some are. And so we're trying to figure out how true certain things are. There's like a disclaimer at the beginning of the book. It says the contents of this book may make you physically ill and possibly cause irreparable emotional and psychological damage. Actually, I need to stop reading this because I think I'm going to get flagged. What you are about to read is absolutely 100% true, although no man will ever admit to it, and no woman will want to believe it. He says he lost friends over the early drafts of this manuscript. There's like this other one that says the only reason your man is with you is because at this moment in time, he genuinely believes that he simply can't do any better. Say it ain't so, guys. Whoever's here who's actually listening, tell me it's not true. Oh, Joshua is still here. Hi, hi, Natalie. Hi, Joshua. Is she saying that women never do that? No, it's a book by two men. Two men wrote this book, and they're trying to inform women about what they deem to be true about like how men operate and how they think, even though they don't actually say it. So it's not written by women. It's actually written by two men who they themselves claim to be this way, and they say that all men are like this. I don't think that all men are like this, but me personally, but I have a sneaky suspicion that there is a percentage. So yeah. Are they straight males? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are. They're actually like... There's another claim in this book. It says, if a man is given the opportunity to engage in sexy time with an attractive female with no fear of getting caught and little risk of transmitted whatever, we know what we're talking about when we say transmitted whatever, he will. There's so many claims in this book that just kind of freak me out. He will do so, always, without fail. There are no exceptions. And it all begins with the basic anatomy of a man. And then he goes into like explaining anatomy. It's kind of funny. The book is kind of funny, but also kind of horrifying. A woman is walking along a busy street minding her business. Yeah, and then it kind of just goes into, so like every chapter, at the beginning of every chapter, there's like a claim, and then he goes into why it's so. Story time with Natalie. Princess, were you ever home? I'm home now. Natalie, what is there now? What is there now? What do you mean? What's the name of the book? It is called What Men Don't Want Women to Know by Smith Doe Staff. Or just like Smith and Doe. Just What Men Don't Want Women to Know by Smith and Doe. Have you ever read Men Are From Venus and Women Are From Mars? No, I've heard about it a lot though. Like the first time I ever heard about that book, it was in the movie Clueless with Alicia Silverstone. I think I was like maybe 8 or 10. And then, yeah, I heard it there, and then I've like heard a lot of women talk about it, but I've never actually read it because I just kind of assumed that naturally men are different from women. I think the authors of that book are women, I'm not sure. And so I thought this one was interesting because it was by men who are claiming that they don't really care, that men are hating them for putting out this book, that they're just gonna put it out there anyway.
Oh, no. I thought that was a possibility, but
Let me find another one. Another one. Thank you, Paul, for taking care of me and muting people. Or blocking them. Wouldn't you want a man that thinks you are the best? Of course I would, but I don't think that most people. I feel like another reason that I'm gravitating towards this book is because I feel like I already have certain suspicions, not even just from my own experience, but from like everyone around me. So if you take a look at everybody around you and people that are in relationships, it just like appears to me, and I could be wrong, but it just appears to me that most people are only in a relationship because they're getting something out of it, whether it's from like an economical standpoint, or they're just scared to be alone, or they think that they can't do better, or they just simply don't want the other person to be with other people, or they love the person but they don't have that like same attraction that they maybe had at the beginning. Whatever the reason may be, I feel spark still. And I feel like it's just human nature that after you spend so much time with somebody, you kind of get accustomed to them. And I think for men more than women, not to say that this doesn't happen to women, but for men more than women, they need like variety, which is why they like it when like a woman like switches up her hair, or like does something a little bit different, or they try different like things like to keep it spicy or whatever. But I feel like it's just doesn't matter what you do. I feel like if you get to the point where you're having to like try different things because you're to a certain extent just bored, I feel like at that point like the relationship is kind of done. And I don't know of any relationship that I don't know of any relationship that they've actually. Of course, all men have those thoughts, but your conscience fills in the rest. Your conscience fills in the rest. I don't get it. Like, or how about child to start? Okay, I have to scroll back up. From like an economical standpoint, what I mean is like financially, sometimes people might be in relationships because of moolah. Yeah, that's what I mean from like an economical standpoint. This is the kind of book that paints the worst qualities and the worst men. I think so. But I think that not just men, but like every human being ever has the potential to be like, they all have like a very dark side and a very good side. But like sometimes one takes over and not everything is like black and white. And there are times where you might behave in a certain way that you yourself might be like, why did I do that? You know? Men and women are very different, but neither men nor women as a group are as bad as the stereotype. I don't even think he's trying to say that they're bad. I don't think he's trying to say men are bad. I think what he's trying to say, this is how it is. From a biological standpoint, men need variety. Men will try to protect themselves and also sometimes even protect the woman that they're with. So they will lie in order to save her from excruciating